welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Celeste. Today we're going to be getting into best books of the year, plus some honorable mentions for my list, because I read 70 books so far as of this video. I think I have 7 that I rated 5 stars, and then there are a couple that I rated 4.5, so those are going to be the honorable mentions. I'm really excited to talk to you guys about these videos about these books because obviously I really like them. I rated them 5 stars. These are my opinions of the books. If you didn't like them, that's your opinion. I respect it, but these are my favorite books of the year, and let's get into it. Also, these are in no particular order. They're just they're on my bookshelf right now. I'm gonna go in order of the stack that I have them in. So first one is All's Well by Mona Awad. This is about a woman who has chronic pain, like severe chronic pain. She can barely function, and she is a professor at a college, and she's trying to put on the play All's Well by Shakespeare, but everyone else is like, no, we want Macbeth. But they can't say that in theater because that's like a bad luck or something. But she convinces them to do All's Well, and everyone's like, this is so boring. And all the while she's going through this chronic pain, and then eventually things start happening in her favor. So it kind of progresses through her pain and how she changes and how her surroundings change too, like the people she interacts with. I'm just gonna say chapter 28. That was the best chapter out of this whole book. The rest of the book was good, and I'm surprised I gave Mona Awad 5 stars because I did not like Bunny at all. If I read it again, I might be more open to it, but I don't own it, so I'm not really like pushing myself to read it. But yeah, I can't say why I liked All's Well so much. I think it was just because I'm not like the type of person that goes deep into analysis of why things are so good, but I based it just off of vibes, and the vibes of this book were so good. Like I said, chapter 28, that was like, an incredible chapter. Like, the way it was written, crazy. So yeah, All's Well, Mona Awad. Next up we have Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. And this is about a woman she's an older woman, and about like 30 years ago in the book, her son disappeared mysteriously, and she's not trying to figure out what happened, but she's like wondering what happened to him. And she works at an aquarium, and she befriends the octopus. His name is Marcellus, and it basically jumps between their two POVs because Marcellus knows what happened to the son, and it's just about him kind of giving her some semblance of hope. And it was really, really good. The characters were so well written, and they just felt so real, and the writing style was good too. The story was good. The way it was written was very interesting. Like I said, it goes between Marcellus and Tova, which is the main character. And basically Marcellus is like, I've been stuck in captivity for so long, and I'm nearing the end of my life. And he's like, well, if I can help this woman out, then my life will have meant something, pretty much. And it's just very heartfelt. It made me cry. It's just so good. Like, again, based off vibes mostly, but I did like the writing style and the characters and the story itself. It was just very heartwarming, and it made me really feel for the characters in the book. Next up, we have my first 5-star of the year, which was Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. This is about 2 characters, and one is a girl. She is like a drama major, or maybe a musical. It's either musical or drama. But her dad works at a game shop, and she gets in trouble one night, because she leaves her house with her friend to go see a musical, I believe. And the mom is like, yeah, you're gonna work at your dad's shop until we can trust you again. And then she meets him. I forget both their names, I'm sorry. But she meets him, and he's in a Dungeons and Dragons group. So she joins it, and her ex-boyfriend is harassing her, and she's like, hey, you know, this guy is like bugging me, so can we fake date? And then you can prove to this girl that's in the Dungeons and Dragons group that you're desirable, and we'll make her jealous and stuff. And so fake dating ensues, and yeah, it was just so good. I read this in one sitting. I was in the car to my graduation, and it was like a 4-hour trip or something, and I read this in one sitting. And I don't typically do that with books, but I guess this one was just that good that I couldn't put it down. It was very good. I can't tell you why. Trend. But I did enjoy the characters and the plot. Next we have Iron Widow by Shirin J. Zhao, and this one follows a girl. And in this world, there are a bunch of monsters that are, well, I think they're like, I don't know if they're aliens, but I think they're monsters. And they're basically attacking humans. And women are subjected to being like this power source for these mechs. And they're kind of taken advantage of by men. And like the whole story kind of revolved around that. The power imbalance between men and women. And she takes it upon herself to kill the man who killed her sister. And she's like, yeah, that was right, it really deserves. So instead of her being sacrificed by the male pilot, she can sacrifice male pilots because she is super powerful. And I really like the romance in this. It's pretty much polyamorous. It's between her and 2 guys, and out of all the unhinged women books that I have read, I would say she is the most unhinged, because she does not give 2 shits whatsoever. And that is what I liked about her in this book, because you don't really see characters like that. Like, she is like morally, well, not even morally gray, she's pretty much evil. Well, sort of. I wouldn't say she's evil in a sense that she's just trying to take back what she should be given, because she is not treated well by anyone, even her mother or her father or her brother. She's just seen as this kind of object by men, and she's like, fuck no, I'm not gonna be your fucking object. I'm not gonna be this power source that you can use. I'm gonna be the one taking control, and you're gonna sit back and watch me do that. Thank you. The next one we have is another romance. It is Once Upon a K-Prom by Kat Cho. This was so cute. Okay, so this is about a girl, and she's friends with this boy, and they were like best friends in their childhood, and then he had to move away. And in their childhood, they made a promise that they would go to prom together. But unfortunately, he moved away, and she hadn't heard from him since, pretty much. And then suddenly, he is back, and he's a K-pop idol, and she's like, wait a minute, I know you. It's their relationship, and all the pent-up yearning that they still have for each other. And it's just really cute. I really liked it. Yeah. I mean, look at the cover, it's gorgeous too. I really like the art style. The only thing I didn't like about this is that his name is Robbie. Yeah, Robbie. That's my coworker's name, and that makes me uncomfortable. This next one's a chonker. It's Harry Potter, the Goblet of Fire. This basically is about, if you don't know, it's Harry Potter. You should know, just saying. It's about a boy his parents sacrifice themselves to save him, and he becomes this kind of chosen one. And he basically is set to take down the bad guy, and all while going to a magical school where he learns about magic. And yeah, this is the fourth one. I really enjoyed this one. Obviously the books are better than the movies. I wish they could include everything that happened in the book, and they didn't really change anything from the book. But you know, that's kind of impossible because then the movie would be like 9 hours long. Not saying that people wouldn't watch that, but you know, considering that this book is like 700 pages or something, the movie would definitely be like 9 hours long. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. The ending made me sad, obviously. For a specific character, rest in peace. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and I'm really excited to read the rest of the series again. And then another one I have read that I do not own is A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. I enjoyed River Enchanted. Not as much as A Fire Endless. A Fire Endless was way better, but basically it's the second book of the duology, and it's about this guy and this girl, and the guy is like a bard, and he comes back to his island, which is like very magical. One side of the island has no magic, but they are prosperous, and they can have crops and cattle and livestock and stuff. And the other side of the island, they have magic, but everything is pretty barren. Nothing really grows for them. They can't keep livestock, so they always steal from the island, the part of the island that always has resources. And they're basically at war with each other. So there's spirits all around, and they basically have to figure out the mystery of these girls that are disappearing. And the second book goes a little further into that. Obviously I can't really talk about it because it's the second book, but I really enjoy her writing style. I think her writing style is really good, and I definitely liked the arcs that we had in this book more. I liked where certain characters went in this book, and I like the way it ended too. It would just left me feeling very satisfied, and I really enjoyed reading Fire Endless. Yeah. So now we'll get into the honorable mentions. These ones were rated 4.5 stars by me. So the first one we have is Horse by Geraldine Brooks. This basically follows 3 timelines. One is during the Civil War with the horse, and basically he's a racehorse and he's being taken care of by a slave, and the slave basically follows him around everywhere. And then the other timelines, one is in the 1950s by this art collector, and she discovers an art piece of this horse. And then in the present day, it's about these 2 researchers who find the bones of this horse, and they basically try to figure out how he died, because it wasn't really known how he died. And this book covers a lot of topics that are relevant today, specifically racism and oppression. I thought the way she wrote everything was very good. It goes into the injustices that Black people face, and I think she does it very tastefully. Like, she doesn't, like, it obviously makes you angry how these people were treated, but the way she does it makes you want to fight for that social justice and help these people, help anyone in need, really. But yeah, I really like the writing style. I like the characters. The only thing I didn't like was one of the endings of the timelines. That made me mad and kind of sad too. It kind of just came out of nowhere. I was like, but it's something very relevant to today, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't relevant to today, but considering how the US is right now, yeah, unfortunate. The next are 2 books, because they're both manga, and they are The Summer Hikaru Died by, Moku Moku Rin. I have volume 1 and 2, I rated them both 4.5. This basically is about a guy. His best friend disappears, and then he comes back like 6 months later, and the guy's like, I don't know about you. You're not my best friend. Because he acts like him and looks like him, has the same personality, but the guy's like, no. That just ain't it. You are not Hikaru. And yeah, he figures out that his best friend is actually a monster. And yeah, there's a lot of like body horror in this. I like the art style a lot. There's also like a queer gay subplot to it, which I really enjoy actually, because they're really cute together. And it kind of went away in the third book, but that's why the third book is not up here. But the fourth one kind of brings it back. So I'm glad that the fourth book is bringing that queerness back. But yeah, these books are gorgeous. The art style is gorgeous. I'm really excited to continue reading the series. The next one we have is the second book of a series again. It's Authority by Jeff Vandermeer. The first one is basically about this group of women that goes into Area X, which is like an abandoned part of the world that's being taken over by nature. And every expedition that's gone in there has either gone crazy or like killed themselves or murdered their peers. And they send a new expedition in, hoping that nothing goes wrong. And this one follows the POV of another character. And this basically follows like the government aspect of it rather than going into Area X itself. And I really enjoyed this one. I liked it more than Annihilation, which is the first one. And I just really like the character in this. I feel like he's trying to figure out what's going on at this place and in Area X, and like nothing is coming to him very easily. Nothing. Everyone's being suspicious. He's like the new guy there, and he's in control of everything. And he's like, why am I not getting answers? And it's just like a mystery that you have to solve, and it's great. Because both you and him are like, what the fuck's going on? And that's what I liked about it. Also the horror aspects of it. I liked the horror aspects. And then another one that I do not own but read on my Kindle was God of Endings by Jacqueline Holland. That one is about, she's like a vampire, sort of. And she's like running this school for children, and she's like trying to control her hunger because it keeps coming and like messing things up for her. Like she wakes up and she's like, why is there blood all over me? Pretty much. But it also follows a timeline of when she became a vampire as well. And I read this one like earlier in the year, I think, so I'm kind of like blanking on why I enjoyed it. Well, I think I liked it so much because of the writing style. The writing style was really good, very lyrical, very beautiful. And the character herself was very interesting as well. And what she went through as growing up as a vampire, I don't know. She went through a lot of stuff. I remember one scene. Like, I don't know how she came out of that and she was somewhat normal. But yeah, that is God of Endings. And that will be the last book I will be talking about in this video. Here's the stack. The manga is backwards. But yeah, I feel like I had a pretty good reading year. Most of my books were 3.5 and above. 7 out of 70 books, that's about 10%. 10% of my books were 5 stars, which is not the greatest, but you can't expect everything to be a 5-star. So yeah, if you got this far into the video, leave the rabbit emoji for Authority, because it was on top, and it was the first book I saw. And if you feel so inclined, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye!